privileged to stand in this seat right now to present my credentials and my skills for your consideration. The question that's been raised right now is one that is right, that is just right for our communities. You have African Americans who are concerned about being displaced. You've got affluent people who said, I moved to Oakland for its diversity. I don't want to be a part of a wave of gentrifying that leaves me less diverse than when I got here. How are we going to balance the tensions of old and new? And what I would say is that this is a generation of Oaklanders far better equipped than the last generation to deal with the tough issues of social integration. When African American Southern migrants like my family came from the South here for jobs, they didn't come to experience white flight. They didn't come to find themselves segregated in predominantly African American communities devoid of services and resources. And so there was a generation of people too afraid to stand put and live into the American dream. But that's not our generation. You all coming back into this community, mixed and Black and white and Asian and Hispanic, are part of the promise of Oakland, the promise of America. And we have to do this work. And you need good leaders who know how to balance that. As I said earlier, how do you incentivize and make better the owner occupancy piece, using your tax code to incentivize owner occupants over investors? There are things that we can do within our social code that keeps us more diverse. You have to know how to balance the new, under the Palmer decision, you can't do these impact fees and inclusionary things. So how do you cultivate a relationship with developers so that they're sensitive to it and they want to? How do we make sure that when we are out here talking about the change that we so radically need and want, that we're not doing that at the expense of the families that are here? So that is why the platform that I put before you talks about driving our economy. So one of the ways that people get to stay is that they have an income that affords them to stay. It's talking about how do we make our cities safe, because the number one reason why we lose our families isn't for anything other than feeling safe. It's good when you're a young hipster living uptown, but when you have two babies, you start thinking someplace else. So we're going to make our city safe. We can do it. All of Oakland's problems are man-made problems. They have man-made solutions. Let's elect a council that will take that seriously so that we live in the city and we have leadership that reflects the beauty and the diversity of our neighborhoods. Thank you for your time.